So the one thing holding Jujutsu Kaisen back, if you know me, you know that I'm definitely probably considered a JJK hater. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, shout out to RJ for the video as always. Make sure to go check out his channel, sub up, and all that shit. And yeah, man, let's see what you're talking about. I'm very curious to see what the one thing is specifically. Of course, I'm sure this is just a title, but yeah, if it is what I think it's gonna be, because I know RJ is on the side of hating JJK, so I'm curious. So let's get into it. Oh shit, the video, yeah. I've really been waiting for me to stream to watch it, so I had to.
Clearly. As an anime only for this series, I felt I couldn't accurately give my opinion on the show even after seeing the first season.
I feel that.
Season 1 felt like we barely scratched the surface of what this story had to offer, and with Season 2 adapting the arc that manga readers would not shut up about, I felt I needed to wait before giving my thoughts.
Fair enough.
It's 2024 and now season 2 is over, and after 47 episodes and a movie, the "it gets better" excuse goes out the window. So let's talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen. That's me over there, watching season 1. And that's me over there, watching season 2.
Like the same shit, just a little more. Yeah, literally.
Clearly, I liked season 2 better.
What was already a fun show to watch became a marvel in animation, built on an interesting world, established a creative power system, and characterized its cast and their dynamics in a way that will keep anyone wanting more. I enjoyed season 2. I enjoyed JJK. But through all its ups, there is one flaw that remains to be a core of
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's my first disagreement with saying it developed the characters to have anything with them more, because I just don't think it did that. Now again, I'm not gonna act like it didn't do anything for the characters, because it definitely did. And I think it definitely it made Isadori a better character. I think the dynamic with Maito was good. But man, other than that, man. And even that in itself is like overrated to me. But regardless, it's still pretty bland overall in terms of the character shit. But I see it to a degree. So I'll let you cook for now. I'm gonna let it keep cooking.
I have with this series. It's pacing. Jujutsu Kaisen rarely, if ever, slows down and gives you the time to breathe.
Okay,
While
interesting.
That may be exciting in theory. In practice, I think it stops the series from hitting as hard as it should, from being the game changer.
Hold on, now he might have cooked with this one, chat. Hold on, because I think if it was paced differently to develop the characters, to develop the story more, it may actually take away a lot of my issues with the series. So he might have cooked.
Many manga fans claim it to be.
Feeling a little cramped, so I decided to take some of these shots outside. Stick with me
Yeah.
and let me cook. Pacing is Jujutsu Kaisen's biggest problem.
W intro. Damn.
At this point, I'm about to be known as the guy who hates on Battle Shonen, and I promise you that is not the case.
Hey, but like, fuck you know, right? But like, I mean, if we would have hate on Battle Shonen, I mean, we can get to hating on Battle Shonen, like shit. Is that really a problem? I mean, granted, I like Battle Shonen. Don't get it twisted, but talk about something that might need to get knocked down a peg, it might be Battle Shonen.
Now let's shit on some Battle Shonen.
JJK's pacing issues first hit me when I realized that
Battle Shonen type shit.
the show had no problem killing off characters. A great writing choice that will make any show stand out, especially when you're competing in a demographic known for doing the exact opposite.
And that's a fact. However, I don't know if he's going to go into this. I would assume he will. But the issue that has is, one, it makes deaths like feel like less of a big deal. And two, you don't get to be attached enough to the characters to actually care when they do die. Oh, I realize I'm shitting on it a lot.
Problem then arises with how you go about this narrative dynamic. You can go the Attack on Titan route, which I like to call the oh shit route, where someone is dying every 5 minutes, raising the stakes and really giving the audience that sense of danger. But JJK takes the I didn't see that coming route most of the time, where you expect our heroes to win, but Gege has other plans. Neither route is better than the other. In fact, Jujutsu Kaisen used
Okay, I will say,
route.
I did see this one like a reel. I think it was on Instagram. And it was like some dude was like, "Oh, what's your favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen?" And then bro was like, and then he like looked over and someone was like holding up this like sheet of paper and it was like Gay is listening. He was like, I don't know if I have one. Like, that was funny. Don't get me wrong, that shit was funny as fuck. To be honest, but hey, look. So far, I haven't cared, but that could change.
Several times with its background characters, especially in Shibuya.
Just Sukuna.
Bro was like, fuck it, let me just murder everybody.
I didn't see that coming.
Route, you have to make the audience care about the misdirection, in this case, the character being killed
Exactly.
off, in order for it to truly work.
Exactly.
And this is where I think the pacing issues really start to show.
Because there's no other character I could care less about in this show than Junpei.
Junpei, introduced to us anime-only fans in the first opening of the series,
Fuck. I'll be honest, I did care about Junpei a little bit, but
as someone predicted to be part of the main crew, but was later killed off, being one of the catalysts for Yuji and Mahito's arch-nemesis relationship. A common theme you'll find a lot in this video. And I did not care about Junpei at all. Not only did we, the audience, not spend that much time with his character for his death to matter to us,
it didn't matter to
I
me.
don't think Yuji spent that much time with Junpei in the story for him to care
Cook.
that much.
Cook.
Yuji raging out was cool, and of course I expect him to be upset, but the series tried to paint it as Yuji at his limit when he met the guy literally a day ago. In fact, it feels like it's only been 2 weeks since the series started, and he met Nobara and Megami, and we barely had time to establish.
Yeah, like realistically, it's like damn near Junpei was like Megami, but at the same time, even if Megami had got killed off, like, but I really gave that much of a fuck? No.
Their character dynamics before Yuji dies and leaves them to go on a solo mission.
Junpei's death is supposed to be a pivotal point in Yuji's story, but it kind of falls flat in the storytelling department because we don't actually know who Junpei is outside of some
That's a fact.
bullied. I mean, come on now. People cry more about how Mappa tricked them in the opening than the character himself. In fact, Nanami and Nobara take Junpei's narrative place come Shibuya, but we'll get to that later.
My point is that the story would have
Now, those were much more better executed. I think Nanami's death was very well executed. I just didn't care, right? And I see how it affected Yuji to a certain degree, but again, it wasn't as much as it was painted to be. I think RJ's cooking here. And Noabara, that one I don't think was really executed that well, to be honest. It was just like, oh shit. But like, I guess, bro, like type shit.
been the exact same whether Junpei was in it or not, because Yuji was going after Mahito anyway before he even met Junpei.
Right.
And I get what Junpei's character stands for on a thematic level relating to Yuji, but on a character writing level, he could have been anyone. Nothing special about Junpei. We don't actually spend enough time with Junpei's character for him to mean something even to the story outside of Yuji's development, because JJK rarely, if ever, slows down.
I think I saw some Black
That's a
Clover
fact.
fans over there, so I gotta get out of here. But the second instance of this is Rika in Hidden Inventory. I see a lot of people claim that Hidden Inventory
the Black
is one of
Clover
the worst
discs are
parts
so
of the second
funny.
season, but for me,
Now what, Dad? You talking about Noabara? Because if you talking about Noabara, I don't know, bro. I could see Nanami to a degree. Noabara, I don't know. I don't know about that.
it's actually one of my favorites.
One of the only problems is Rico, the character that was supposed to be the catalyst for Geto's descent into racism,
I'm sorry, madness.
was barely a character at all.
True.
We did get minor moments into her mind, but the story was told from Gojo
River, would you
and
call
Geto,
Berserk
mostly
mid? I've read one chapter of Berserk. It seems good. So I couldn't tell you too much. I need to read more of it, but from what I read, it looks like it'll be good.
Geto's perspective, making the moment where she got shot in the head surprising, but not impactful because she was only 2 flashbacks away from being a background character. We really don't get to see them bond outside of them goofing around, which is funny at times, but that's about it. And the worst part about all of this is that these character dynamics are indeed in the show. I'm not saying they're not.
They're just sped by so fast in order to get the plot moving that I feel no emotional attachment to any of it because it felt like Riko was here for one moment, then I blink and she's fundamentally out of the story.
Side note, I feel like most of my problems with Riko would have been fixed if the story was told solely through her perspective until the time of her death, still giving us that shocking
Very
moment
interesting.
and emotional attachment, because then it would have felt like Gege killed off the main character of the arc.
Yes, I think I can see that. I do think what Rico brought to the story in terms of like, okay, she was convinced she was gonna die because of Tangen. Who, by the way, whoever the fuck Tangen is, like that's a whole nother conversation. But like we just sped past that. I'm sure we'll come back to that, but like that shit was confusing as fuck. Like what the fuck is Tangen? But regardless, right? Yeah, I think Rico, the whole coming around to her, knowing she's gonna die, and then like coming around like, okay, I actually like life. I don't want to die. And it's like, fuck it, she died anyway. Like, I was like, damn, that's kind of cold. Like that one, I felt more like in terms of the story developing. Like I was like, oh shit, like that's kind of crazy that she still got killed off. But again, another thing with this, and I'm sure I'll get to this, they sped past that, and this was supposed to be a key moment for Geto, and guess what? They sped past Geto shit as well. So when he changed and became racist or against, you know what I'm saying, cursed users as much as he was, it's like that shit didn't seem like it should have taken him down that path as quickly as it did. But
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
An arc that felt like it should have been way longer was crammed into 5 episodes, and this can work for already established characters like Gojo and Geto, and even Toji worked because he has ties to an already established character, and he returns in Shibuya. Hey, did you watch Black Clover? I don't know how they found me back out here.
no, this is being funny as hell.
But the emotional through line of the story, Riko's death, Gojo and Geto's brotherhood, hell, even the rest of the sorcerers in their youth, like Nanami losing his partner, is so fast-paced that I have to use fan art
I ain't gonna lie.
to fill the void of the lack
I forgot. I low-key forgot that was even Nanami's partner that had got lost, bro. Like
of content I got from this arc.
Hey man, he cooking, bro. He's cooking. Let him cook.
Slice life elements are
transition.
important to every story. They give you a chance to breathe.
Oh, RJ, bro, I gotta.
to the
If
character.
you still here, I gotta send you just like one transition I seen, where it was like, bro was like, what? Like he pulled up some vid on his phone, and like he was like somehow transitioned it to his computer, and then like it played, and then afterward it like came back to it. It was on some crazy shit. Like I feel like it would be something you would want to try. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because I sent it somewhere else. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna have to send it to you. That shit. Nah. I'm gonna have to find it though. I got you.
There is a chance to see a relationship grow in real time. And while JJK has that, they last for all about 2 minutes and then we're back to pushing the plot forward. I was blindsided by Mekamaru and Mio's relationship until after he died because we did not spend that much time with them in the prior tournament.
Now, granted, I knew that he liked her. I didn't even know like that she even cared about bro like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the fact that it seemed like they damn near had a relationship like they did. Like I got it, but at the same time, the degree that it was shown to be like refreshing. However, I've seen anime do shit like this before, so I'm not gonna say an arrow. This is just JJK criticism for this one specifically, because anime do pull this a lot, where it's like, hey, like matter of fact, like this character actually like this character, you know, more than like was kind of shown before, whatever the fuck. So, hey, but
They had some type of romance going on, came out of literally nowhere.
Again, it was sad seeing you.
ooh, okay, it wasn't nowhere, because they did show hints that Mekamaru liking her, but it didn't seem to be reciprocated. More than like, you know, friendship kind of. They were cool because they were classmates. You know what I'm saying? But
To me as a viewer, because their relationship was literally
look,
on.
I could not be remembering completely, but I feel like I remember that.
speed run time. This is a running trend with JJK. Our main trio is barely a trio before a major arc where one of them dies. In fact, in all of the 2 seasons, we only get to see them working as a trio on 2 missions.
That's
that
crazy.
last for a couple of episodes. Yuji and Junpei are barely friends. Mekamaru and Miwa are barely lovers. Riko was barely a character. Geto's racist family of sorcerers were barely on screen, and their
Forgot they
supposedly were the
existed.
main antagonistic forces.
Oh my goodness, I forgot they existed. Obviously, in the movie, they were much more prevalent, but I forgot they even happened in season 2 entirely. I completely forgot.
And I couldn't tell you any of their names.
The emotional through line of the story is lost on me. Because of the way the show is paced, the only thing I have time to care about is the select few characters, the power system, and the rule of cool. Seriously, this anime is cool as fuck.
I would say the only time a character's death really hit me is Nanami, because we actually got to spend time with him prior to his death.
But the thing is, we got to spend time with him, but it was actually still not a lot of time. Like I would think that when he was introduced, we spent like a few episodes with him on that mission, right where they boxed up Mahito, that whole little mission. He was shown a little bit here and there as he moved on to the school versus school shit. And then in season 2, obviously he was around, right? In Shibuya. But he was like, okay, this is a cool character. Besides me thinking of him as a cool character, I shouldn't care like that. And sure, he had some more cool moments, but he didn't really have any development. It felt like the flashback before his death was what really tried to develop him and make you care, which it did to a degree. But like, we didn't get that as much beforehand. We just got like hints at it. You got to hit it home harder earlier if I'm gonna care when someone dies. It's just gotta be hit home harder earlier. Like, okay, this is a good character. This is how he's developing. This is what he's gonna be about. We only get subtle shit with each of the characters before they develop. I think the only person that's really got harder, more hit homey shit was Itadori in season 2, mind you. Like, yeah, fuck season 1, because he really didn't get no type of development in season 1. Now he did in season 2, and he's the main fucking character. So you would hope that he would get some type of development. And even then, it wasn't like that crazy a development. It was just like, damn, I just saw these people die in front of me. Fucking hell, this shit sucks ass. And then he had to like grow from that, learn from whatever, you know? Like, it definitely hits home. And we get to, grow more into his character. But other than that, when else do you get to grow into a character from them hitting it home about who this character is, their development, and how they're developing? You don't really get that. I mean, you could definitely probably argue Gojo too, to a degree, but even then, we don't really get to see how Gojo really like ticks. You know what I'm saying? I would assume we get to see more of that, but like,
Before coming into season 2, Nanami was an already established character. Hell, even a fan favorite. He was one of my favorites, Gege, you bastard. A working man who just wanted to clock out on time and take a vacation. If Nanami could quit his job, he would, but his morality stopped him on multiple occasions. So to see his final moments daydreaming about his peaceful vacation and for his morality to come back into play, even when he didn't want it to, in order to motivate Yuji one last time, was truly heartbreaking. That's what a well-paced arc does for a character.
Heartbreaking? I don't see the vision, bro. I still wasn't heartbroken. Was it executed immensely better than anything else we had seen? Yes, it was executed better. But did I still feel anything? Not really. I was just like, damn, that's tough. And it felt like they were trying to connect me to him and show more about him and how he developed as a character more right at the end. And that's the problem. He's dying right now. I wanted to be more attached to him earlier, or I'm not going to give a fuck. If he's trying to attach me to him more, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't think you're rambling.
For a story. But I think Gege's biggest offense comes in the character death of Nobara.
Alright, I have a serious problem with the way she was taken out of the story this season. Again, on paper, taking out someone like Nobara in a battle shonen manga is nearly unprecedented. She's our leading lady, our Sakura, our Rukia, our Nami, our Ochako. The list can go on.
But in practice, I felt like Gege failed to pull this off in a satisfying way.
Who was that last one?
But in practice,
Sakura, our Rukia, our Nami, our Ochako. The list can go on.
Oh, bummer.
But in practice, I felt like Gege failed to pull this off in a satisfying way.
Agreed.
Pacing this time didn't only ruin the emotional aspect, but also wasted the potential of one of the best characters.
For being the leading lady of the series, Nobara
One of the
barely
best.
has any weight on the story outside of her own personal flashbacks.
Yuji is Sukuna's vessel.
Facts.
Yumi is foreshadowed to become a sorcerer on Gojo's level. Gojo is Gojo. Maki is a defect of her clan. Yuta is a descendant of a great sorcerer. And Nobara is... well, she's there.
And while this could make for a great narrative story about Nobara being somebody coming from nobody, it's not explored. And throughout all her talents, skills, motivations, attention-grabbing aura, she's killed off for Yuji's development. Same as fucking Junpei. She doesn't even get a moment to shine earlier in the arc. This is the same girl that
No,
fought Orange
facts.
on a broom, the same girl that packed up those curses with Yuji, and you're telling me she can't hold her own against this one guy with a moving sword? Granted, she probably wouldn't have been able to kill him due to Luckman's ability, but to lose in the manner she did seems
She
like
got
it
cut,
just
yeah.
happened so Nanami could get his rage moment. If this was to be Nobara's fate, Gege
Facts.
should have had her do more for the story in general, paced out her arc better, and established her as a character this story needed, because sadly, and it pains me to say this, she's just some sorcerer. A character I love, but at the end of the day held no weight on the overall story, only to show up when she's needed for Yuji's arc, not her own. To be honest, I think my own personal bias towards her carries the emotional through line of what happened to Nobara, and not the story accurately giving her character enough time to play any significant role. If her story was paced out better, then maybe it wouldn't feel like Gege took one of their best characters and turned them into a plot device.
And I know she's not confirmed dead, but that just means her place in the story is even less than it was before she got her eye blown out.
And this sucks, because I know Gege has a good grasp on all these characters and their arcs, but chooses to gloss over it in order to keep the plot moving forward. I can tell by the dialogue alone how these characters interact, the funny short comedy moments that are in between all the fighting, and how the characters respond to certain situations. Nobara calling Mahito a little bitch will always be goated. It shows me that Gege has a good grasp on who everyone is, but chooses to
He doesn't
ignore
show
and bring those
us
life moments or just
enough.
quiet mini arcs for a more let's get straight to it story. And personally, I find that to be a mistake. Yes, this would make Jujutsu Kaisen longer, and I'm not asking for a complete slow burn approach, but instead a healthy balance that would make the show's emotional moments hit even harder, because we get to see a bunch of the happy times, making the sad revelation of the world this story takes place in that much more heartbreaking.
I've said this several times. I am a fan of JJK. I don't want this to seem like a hate video, but more of a critique of a series I enjoy because I enjoy it.
JJK does an excellent job establishing Yuji's hero complex, Sukuna and Gojo being two sides of the same coin, Todo stealing the show every time he's on screen, jaw-dropping action sequences, clan wars, battle tactics, killer bunnies, clashing ideals, and a story that takes the battle shonen tropes we love and makes it its own. All I wish for is that the show would slow down and take a breath. Also, how and when did Inumaki lose his arm? Did I miss that? But if you guys want to hear me talk about more shonen anime,
Oh yeah,
then check out this
so
video.
apparently like it happened with Sakuna. Apparently like Sakuna caused it, and that's why Yutsu's like partially mad at Yuji and shit.
Compare FMA to Attack on Titan. And if you want to hear me talk about more than shonen anime, then check out this video where I tell you that the big three are not as influential as
Tight shit, man. Make sure to
to our patrons,
go
and
tap
also
in on the
follow us on
rise,
Twitch, 'cause
man.
we
For real,
stream.
for real. Some
As
shit.
always, my friends,
And all of that,
I'm
bro.
Lane, and this has been
Another great
Rise.
video from RJ, bro, as always. I think, again, this honestly truly does really illustrate the issues with JJK to a good degree. I think the pacing is heavily part of the problem. And if that was fixed, I do believe truly I would like it more. But yeah, man, JJK, it's just it leaves some stuff to be desired for sure. The characters, not as well developed as they should be. It doesn't make you care as much about the things that happen, which really just does come back to the pacing. Which the fights are cool. The story is just not good enough. Like, it has elements that you're like, okay, the politics. You feel what I'm saying? The character dichotomies with the ideals. All of that shit. It has elements where it's like, okay, you can build a good story from this. The curses, all of that, right? But it just feels like it's like, okay, this shit just kind of gets thrown around. And sometimes, I think RJ had a good point in the video, where it's almost like Gege knows, but he's not telling us. It's just kind of like we're supposed to pick up on things, which is good in theory, but when you're supposed to have emotional attachment and gain that, and you don't give enough time to do so, you kind of gotta tell more often. You know what I'm saying? And you can shorten the time frame by telling more, but you can't do that right at the end of characters' arcs like Nanami, or just give flashbacks like Noabara. You gotta give real character moments to really develop these characters, to really integrate them, and really make you feel things. And it just feels very bland and leaves a lot to be desired, I feel like. And that to me is the underlying issue of Jujutsu. I think the pacing is a great shout. Is a very good point to hit on. And yeah, man. The one thing holding Jujutsu back, I think that it could definitely be pacing, but make sure to like the video, subscribe, make sure to go check out On the Rise as well. Video link will be in the description. And yeah, bro, make sure it's happening to the streams. I'm trying to stream, at least like once a week, maybe more. But I don't have a schedule right